Yes, this morning we are doing a Q&A with your wedding content creator. You guys, grab a snack and let's chat because if you've had questions about what is a wedding content creator, obviously you've probably watched my video on that by now, but you may have more questions on deep diving more into some of the questions that I didn't get to go over yet. So these are going to help you also if you're sitting down with your wedding content creator, and these are some more specifics about rates and how long your wedding content creator will be there with you at your wedding, your reception, or your pre-wedding events. There may be some of you that are just wondering why this industry is blowing up so much. Let's deep dive. Raise your hand if you're excited about getting to have a Q&A with your wedding content creator today. Me! Okay, question number one. Oh, by the way, you guys, I do have some notes here, so you will see me looking down at those. But question number one, how long have you been a content creator? I've been a content creator for over 10 years. I know, it's a really long time. Because of being in the event space for so long, and also just having a camera with me all the time and knowing how to edit so quickly on my phone, but also on my laptop. I taught myself how to edit on a Mac many moons ago. And then I also was really good at editing on a regular desktop. Question number two, can I see samples of your work? Yes, you can. As your wedding content creator, I have samples of my work here on my YouTube channel. All you have to do is stay subscribed, turn on your notification bell, and you'll get to see that those playlists are going to be growing as the time goes on. So there's going to be a playlist for each and every content creation style that I do, which is going to be weddings, events, parties, vendors. You guys heard me talk about vendors and what those are. I'll be going in depth into them, as well as travel and brands. So I'm a content creator for all of these styles, and you will see me be building my portfolio and sharing that with you guys in those playlists. Now listen, the portfolio is already built. What's happening is that I am rebranding at this point, and I'm bringing in all of my content that I have on my website and other platforms, and I'm bringing it here so that it's in one spot and that you'll be able to access it a lot easier in those playlists that say portfolio, wedding content creator, portfolio, your event content creator, portfolio, your travel content creator. You guys get it, and on and on and on. And so that's how you'll be able to find my portfolio. Ooh, so this is a great question. How would you describe your content style? So how I take pictures and videos. I just want you guys to know that my content creations are very real. They're very raw, they're very candid, they're very behind the scenes. Very. I mean, you don't even notice that I am around. I blend into the atmosphere. If you want some post pictures or post videos or specific TikToks and stuff like that, transitions that you really want, we're going to talk about that. But my style is family friendly. It's vibrant. So vibrant colors is my thing, but I also do black and white. So because it's so classic, as you guys can see, I'm a pretty classic person. I love that Victorian style and that Renaissance era. And so I feel like that goes along with from that transition of black and white to color. Ooh, wouldn't that be fun if you had a video that was partly in black and white and then it transitioned into color on your wedding day? Just saying. See, I just come up with it on top of my head. That was not even written down in the questions. Yeah, so that's part of my style. Something else that I want to add to my style is that you know how when people are on the dance floor and that's when they're really like letting their guard down, they don't realize that anyone is taking pictures or videos of them at that point? That is my expertise, is capturing those moments on the dance floor. By then, most videographers or photographers are trying to find like a chair to stand on and trying to stabilize their equipment while they're on the chair. And these are your professional videographers and professional photographers. But me, as your wedding content creator, I am in the mix and I am grabbing that content, like that footage, super, super fast, super quickly, and people don't even notice. So that's another one of my like style expertise. Next question. How are you going to communicate with vendors that I've already hired for my wedding? These would be other vendors that are going to be at the wedding as well. So, as your content creator, I am going to talk and email. So I'm going to be doing phone calls. I'm also going to be doing emails with other vendors, especially your wedding photographer, your wedding videographer. Remember I said they are not who I am. I am a wedding content creator. We are not the same. So anybody that wants more explanation on that, make sure that you watch why should you hire a wedding content creator? So it talks about the differences in there, and also what is a content creator, has that in there as well. So basically, I am going to be contacting them through email, but also through phone call. I want to get to know them. I want to talk with them, and these aren't going to be really, really long calls. They're going to be not going to be long emails. It's just going to be getting to introduce myself to them so that they know that I'll be there. And they'll get familiar with what I do, how I do it, and the fact that I'm not going to be in their way. I want them to feel comfortable with the fact that I'm not going to be in their way, because a lot of times the professional videographer and photographer immediately thinks, great, there's going to be another person there. They're going to be in my way. I don't know how I'm going to work around them. It's already going to be guests that are running around and jumping into the shots and all this other thing. So I don't want them to think that that's how I work. I won't even have a tripod with me that is on the ground like theirs is. I'm going to have a handheld tripod. So things like that, I want them to understand that, like, I am like, you know, but let's see, how can I put this? You know how like there's that person that you know is like watching you, but when you're in the moment and you're like with your friends and you're having a good time, you don't notice them. It's only when you're by yourself that you're like, oh my gosh, I can feel it. Someone is like watching me, right? But when you're with your friends, you're with your family, you're having a good time, that person is probably still hanging around looking at you, but you don't even notice them, right? Well, that's how it's going to be when I'm at your wedding. You're not even going to notice that I'm there, but you're going to be so thankful in the end that I came. That's how this works. That's how all of this wedding content creator thing works, okay? It's awesome, it's amazing, and it's so beneficial to your wedding. So basically, to answer your question, that's how I'm going to communicate with them. And on the day of, I'm going to introduce myself to them again. I'm going to go up to them and we're going to talk about the timeline of the day and like where I'm going to be and when. There's going to be times I'm going to have to pull you aside and as my couple, and I'm going to have to like grab those TikTok transitions with you. And so we're going to talk about that, and that's going to be in your timeline. But also, I want to familiarize the videographer or the photographer with the fact that I'm part of your timeline as well. That, you know, I'm a big part of your vendor list. So that's how I'm going to communicate with them. So this one we've already talked about. What sort of equipment do you use to capture the content? As your content creator, the type of equipment that I'm using to capture your pictures and your videos, all of your content for that day, your live stream, I'm using my cell phone. Next question. What type of assets will you provide? Raw photos, raw files, edited files, that means photos and videos? Are you going to provide like live stream? So it's going to be a combination of all these things. It depends on what you decide in your package. Do you just want the raw photos and videos from that day? Do you just want me to live stream your wedding or your ceremony and your reception? Would you like for me to come along with you to your pre-wedding events and do like a live stream of that to your social media? Would you like to just have raw pictures and raw video files that are not edited that are going to be used for your social media and whatever else you'd like to do them for? There's some people who know how to edit on their own, and so they don't need for me to edit, and that's going to depend on how many deliverables that you choose, okay? So it's going to range. Obviously, the one that's going to be the least expensive is just me coming out, taking a bunch of pictures and videos of your wedding, your ceremony, your reception, your pre-wedding events, like your marriage proposal and your engagement party, your bachelorette party, your rehearsal dinner, your wedding dress shopping. Obviously, that's going to be the least expensive because you're just going to be getting raw files of that, like little short videos and cute little candid photos and stuff. But if you wanted me to live stream, then of course that gets into a different package cost. And then we also have edited files that I could do for you, so edited footage. And then there is also the social media takeover aspect, and that's where I get to post on your social media in real time so that other people who are at your pre-wedding event or people that are at your wedding ceremony don't get to post before you do. You get to be the very first one to post on your social media that beautiful dress reveal or the first time that your groom sees you as his bride. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh yeah. We gotta keep going. Okay. Whoo, weddings. Am I right, ladies? Okay. When can I expect to receive the assets from you? So, as your content creator, you are going to have different deliverables. We just talked about those in the last question. But the live stream you will have obviously on that day because it's a live stream. And then the raw files you will have, raw and edited files actually, you will have within 1 to 2 days. And if I'm taking over your social media, then that's going to be in real time on that day. So there's 2 deliverables that you will have on the day of, which is live stream and if I'm posting live to your social media. The other ones, which are raw files or edited files, you know, if you want it like a TikTok and stuff like that, that's already like edited, or you just want it a couple of videos edited, then those will be given to you in 1 to 2 days. So all of your raw files plus anything edited will be in 1 to 2 day turnaround from your wedding. Great question. Who is the owner of the files? So of the footage, the live stream, the photos and videos, who's the owner of these? As your content creator and you as my client are the owners of these files. So you are my wedding couple for the day. You and your husband, so the bride and the groom, are going to be owners of this footage along with myself. Now, when you post on social media, all that I ask is that you use my hashtag, which is your wedding content creator. That's what you're going to use as the hashtag, your wedding content creator. The other hashtag that you're going to use is your content creator. And then you're going to tag me at your content creator. YT for YouTube. Hey. So you will have all of this inside of your contract. And I will also send you like a little reminder through text on how to tag me in posting on social media. Now, obviously, you're going to have your own tags, but I just ask that you give me credit in that area. Is travel included in the package as the wedding content creator? Okay, I would love to say yes. As your wedding content creator, oh my gosh, I wish travel was definitely included, but it is not. So you will have to pay a little bit extra for travel costs, and it's something that we get to sit down and talk about. So you'll just contact me and We will talk about what it is to have extra cost for travel, but this is only going to be for those who don't live in the area near me. So within a certain mileage, you will have to pay extra for travel because say I have to get on an airplane or I'm going to have to travel like a certain distance, I want to say like 30 minutes or more, then I'm going to have to charge you for mileage in that way. And I have all those costs broken down for those who have decided that I'm your wedding content creator and you would like to go ahead and book me. But when we're in consult, this is what we're going to be talking about is all of the cost breakdown on that initial consult. So you're going to know exactly how much to the dollar that it will cost for you to have me at your wedding ceremony, reception. You guys know I like to say marriage proposal, engagement party, bachelorette party, rehearsal dinner, etc., 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 bridal party stuff. You know, when you guys do like behind the scenes or you're doing DIYs and all that good stuff, I can be there for that. I love me a good DIY too. I might jump in and even help. Does this service replace a professional videographer or a professional photographer? As your wedding content creator, no, this service does not replace having these other vendors at your wedding. If you would like to still have a wedding photographer, which I do suggest that you have, if you'd like to have a professional wedding videographer, please do. These are things that you have to decide, okay? Having a wedding content creator, at your wedding is going to add to, it's not going to take away, but it's going to add to the amazing footage that you're going to receive on your wedding day or your pre-wedding events. And so what it is I'm going to be standing alongside your videographer or photographer, or I'm going to be somewhere to the back or to the side of them where I'm not in their way trying to capture footage. There's also going to be times where they're not capturing footage of you. There's going to be stuff that maybe you only want me there for, and they're not going to be around. So then I won't even have to be thinking about and be mindful of where they're at. It'll just be between me and you. We'll be hanging out, and so we don't even have to have that as a concern. So no, I am not a replacement for your other vendors. Something that I want to remind you before we go to the next question is that I know I mentioned it before, but I want it to be really understood. I am going to deliver your assets to you within 1 to 2 days. This is something that your professional videographer or professional photographer more than likely is not going to be able to do when they capture such high resolution footage, bigger files, okay? So I just want that to be understood, that is a huge difference between the two. Next question. Do you capture transitions type videos that are like TikTok style for the bride and groom, or the bride and the bridesmaids, the groomsmen, even if you want it like say like your parents or something like that? There's so many fun, amazing ideas, and I don't want to give them all the way on here because, you know, they're a little bit secretive, and it's between me and you whenever we decide if you're going to book me for your wedding. But I travel all over the world, so you don't have to be concerned. Like, oh my gosh, can she make it? Yes, I can be there. Just know the answer is yes, I can be there. So yes, I do capture transitions and trendy TikToks, and if you want some really fun highlight reels for your IG reels, and if you're really trying to make that like sizzling YouTube shorts, I'm there for you. This is what we're doing. We're going to have fun. We are going to have fun this day. You're going to feel relaxed. You're going to feel overjoyed. You're going to feel just like total tranquility hanging out with me. And you're going to probably be smiling a lot too. You know why? Because I smile a lot. I know you guys have noticed. I smile a lot. So you're probably going to be smiling a lot too because I'm smiling. So I can't wait to give you a big hug. This is going to be so much fun. How will I send the footage? So the videos and the picture files. I was going to say photo files, same thing. But how do I send those? Obviously, if you are doing live stream, it's already going to be on your platform. But for these raw and edited files, the way that you're going to get them is through a Google Drive link. Now, once you get these file link, you're going to need to download it. You're going to need to download it. You're going to have about a week to download your files onto whatever you want to download them onto, but they're your files, and there's going to be like hundreds with an S of photos and videos. Now, if you don't want that many, obviously, I can delete a bunch, okay? But you're going to be getting a lot of files, so you're going to have to download them when you receive them. This next question, it's pretty loaded. It's got a lot of little layers to it, so I'm going to just throw it at you. Here we are. Why can't I just ask my bridal party, my friends, or my family to just take pictures and videos of me on my wedding day instead of hiring a wedding content creator? Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and let's just think about this for a moment. Absolutely not. Do you really think that your family member, your bridal party, or your friend is going to want to take pictures and videos of you on your wedding day all day long, from start to finish, starting with hair and makeup and breakfast that morning, all the way until your send-off that night or that evening with your honey? No, they are not going to want to do that. There's so much in between. They're going to forget. They are going to be laughing and talking with you, and like, trust me, they're going to be in the moment. I've been a bridesmaid, I've been a bride, and I've also been that friend at the wedding, and no one is going to be with you the entire time from start to finish. Not one person. There's people are going to come in and out into being a part of your day. And so if you want to capture those flowers, those beautiful decorations, the vendors that you've hired, and the venue that you've also like purchased, I'm trying to tell you, you've got to hire a wedding content creator, because they're not going to be able to get all that. Not even your professional videographer, your professional photographer are going to be able to capture all that. They're going to definitely try to capture every single moment, but it's going to take them longer to give you the footage back. It's just not going to be the same. But let's focus on family, bridal party, or a family member, a friend, right? That you asked to do this. Guys, once they're on the dance floor, all bets are off. Like, you definitely are probably not going to get anything from the send-off from them. And we've all been there. We've all been like, hey guys, when you come, make sure that you use my hashtag. You know, you got a cute little hashtag for you and your boo, and it's going to be specifically for your wedding. And you're like, guys, just use my hashtag and make sure that you tag me. Make sure you do it. I've got to see all the stuff. And like, you get down to it, and it's like been a whole week and hardly anybody is posted. You're on your honeymoon looking to see who's been using the hashtag for that whole week. And people were just living in the moment. They forgot all about it. They forgot to take photos and videos of you. There might be like one or two of like you here and there, but what are people usually doing as guests at the wedding? They like, yes, like I said, they'll get like your grand entrance. They'll get like your grand entrance for your, when you come out in your gown, and they'll get you when you come in for your grand entrance for the reception, right? But like all those in between moments, they're probably not going to remember to get them, or there's going to be people in their way. Like when you're trying to cut the cake, they won't be able to get a good shot of you, good clear shot of you. And so what they end up doing? Selfies. They're going to end up taking pictures of themselves and whoever they came with. So now they're doing like an ussy with, you know, their honey that they brought to the wedding, you know, or their friend, and they love you, and they're there in the moment with you for a lot of it, and they're going to capture you when you have those grand entrances, but they're not going to be like looking at like what I have for breakfast on the morning of my wedding, you know, get ready with me, hashtag, come on. No, they're not going to be doing that. So we have to be for real when we're thinking about the fact that we want to get all those moments captured and that we want all that footage right away. So there's two parts to it. It's the fact that you want it right away and also you want everything. So these are the people that I'm speaking to right now. You know who you are. You know that you want it all. You want it all. Okay? So this day is so incredibly special. Guys, that's why it's important. It's important to think about your vendors. It's important to think about like the main checklist and book your wedding vendor early. We are going to talk about this, all of your wedding vendors and how and when you should be booking them quickly, not waiting until the last minute. So you have to think about it. Is your friend, your family member, or your bridal party going to be in communication with your other wedding vendors? Are they going to like be talking to them ahead of time or emailing them or texting or calling them to say, hey, I'm going to be grabbing these shots. What time are you delivering the stuff to the venue? Because I want to get like the empty space picture where there's nothing in the venue and then transition into when everything is in the venue. Yeah, good luck. They're not going to be able to know and be able to like call and talk to them. They are going to be so busy with other stuff, like what do they want to wear to your wedding? If you're in the bridal party, they're going to be focused on you. They're going to be focused on looking amazing for you too, and all of their day of duties. That they're not going to have time to be talking to all of your vendors pre-wedding and also during the wedding. There's like two sides to that, and we talked about that with how I'm going to be communicating with them. But do you think that your wedding party is going to take on those duties? Probably not. It's going to be a lot to ask of them as well. Like most of them are just going to be like, wow, this is pretty stressful, and now they're not going to be having any fun. So that brings us down to well, before we get to that, before we even get to that last part, because that's a doozy. Well, it's not a doozy. It's not a doozy. That one's actually pretty easy. But before we get to there, I want to talk a little bit more about the vendor situation that I think that's going to complicate things. On the day of, you're going to have makeup artist, you're going to have hair. All of these are your wedding vendors. You're going to have cake, you're going to have florist, you're going to have decor, you're going to have, what else? Oh my gosh, you're going to have the chefs, you're going to have food, you're going to have your photographer, your videographer, obviously the main vendors when it comes to us as wedding content creators. But you think that all the vendors that I just list, plus you're going to have probably more than just that, they are going to have to like communicate and talk with them throughout the day. Throughout the day. What time are you coming, makeup artist? What time are you guys going to be here? And checking in with them and making sure that they're not in their way. And it's a lot. It's a lot to consider, okay? So this is why you want to hire a wedding content creator, because we take on all of those responsibilities in planning and helping you to plan in a separate way. So we're not taking away from somebody just walked by and sneezed or something, and I was like, what is that? It threw me off. Okay. All right, let's focus. So where was I? Oh my gosh, I completely lost my train of thought. See, this happens. Okay, back to it. Yeah, you get it. So they're not going to want to talk to the vendors. So let's get down to that last point of asking your bridal party or your family member or your friend to do this for you in conjunction if you just hired a wedding content creator, right? If you ask them to take your pictures and videos of you, guys, they can't really live in the moment. I know we touched on it, but you really want them to be there for you and to be taking it all in with you. That's why they're there. That's why you invited them. You're not trying to just put them to work on something so exhaustive as this. And the reason why it's not exhaustive to us as wedding content creators is because this is what we do. We get joy out of doing this. This is exciting for us. You know how people recharge with different things, right? You have like your introverts and you have your extroverts, and they recharge in different ways. Well, me as your wedding vendor, I recharge by being your wedding content creator. I love the atmosphere of weddings. It's exciting to me to have my camera with me, which is my cell phone, all the time, capturing those moments, and it makes my heart happy. You can't say that for someone who has already all these bridal duties to do that day, trying to look amazing, and now they've got to try to hold their cell phone to capture photos and videos of you and your venue. So that's the difference between hiring a wedding content creator and just asking your friends and family and bridesmaids to just do it for you, like to take photos and videos of you, or even to live stream for you. They're not going to want to do that. They're not going to do that. And then posting all day to your social media, taking it over, leave that to us, guys. Leave that to the wedding content creators. We got you. What if my professional videographer or professional photographer for my wedding has a non-complete clause in their contract? That's a great question. That is a great question. Don't worry about it. I am not competing with them. I am not in their industry niche category. We are not the same. I'm a wedding content creator who takes photos and videos on my cell phone, who creates these behind the scene awesome moments, TikToks, YouTube shorts, IG reels, highlight reels. This is what I do, and they are not doing the same thing. We are not the same. So don't worry about it. We are not competing. All the airplanes today, really? Like, come on. We're trying to film out here. How big is the wedding content creator crew that you have, and how many vehicles are going to be showing up to the wedding? This is a great question. I really love this question. I know I've said this is a great question for a couple of these now, but like, this is a good one, and let me tell you why. So on the day of your wedding, you're probably going to have so much parking space, and so getting to know me and like how many vehicles I'm going to have is a great question. So we will not have more than one vehicle at all, and we will only have myself unless you've booked a second shooter. That means that you've asked for me to bring on another person. Oh my gosh, this dog, he like got out. Oh my goodness gracious, that's so scary. Oh my gosh, I don't know if y'all saw that, but this dog and his leash around him totally got out and was like, the owner didn't even run after him. He just stood there and like called for him like once, and it wasn't even like in a high voice. That's so scary. I'm glad he didn't come over here to the camera or bite my leg or anything. Woo! Dogs. Am I right, guys? No. Anyways, okay. So, oh my goodness, I always forget where we were. What were we talking about? Okay, vehicles. Yeah. So there's only going to be one vehicle that will be coming to your wedding. We will be carpooling together, and they will be a second shooter. Now, if we do not have a second shooter, it's only going to be me arriving, and that's it. So that leads me to our next question. Do you provide a vendor meal in your contract? Yes, I do. Absolutely. As your wedding content creator, I do ask for to have a vendor meal, and I do put it in the contract. And the reason why is because it's a really long day. So depending on how long I'm there, I may even ask for like 2 meals. So if it ends up being like I'm working anywhere from like 8 to 12 hour a day, then I'm more than likely going to ask for 2 meals. And if I'm only doing like a 5 hour day with you, then I'm probably only going to ask for 1 meal. So every wedding has been different, but it just depends. So some people are so gracious. They're like, you know what? No, we need to like feed her again. Let's get her something else, because like usually, and we're going to talk about this in other little like wedding tips, you're going to be having meals throughout as well so that you don't faint. And so being able to feed me as your vendor is a good idea, because I can't really go and come back and get stuff, but I will have like little snacks on me just to like keep me going, and I will have like a meal before leaving home to come. No matter what time your wedding is, I will eat beforehand. I always do. I always eat before I go to a wedding day. So Not a bad question. Not a bad question. I know it's something that a lot of people don't really think about, but yes, I do ask for a vendor meal. Where can I see? Hey, the boat was honking. Where can I see reviews on your content creator? You can see reviews on your content creator on my Google file, and I will be sure to have that linked in my bio so that you guys can see where you can see reviews. How much time will we have with you on the initial consult, and how much will it cost to sit down with you? As your wedding content creator, you'll have an initial consult with me, and it'll only be about an hour. So it won't take very long. We'll talk about costs. We'll talk about the things that you're interested in. That way you'll have different packages to choose from, and break down everything for you. And this will be the initial meeting. This will cost you absolutely nothing. So having that initial consult with me and getting price lists and all that. And it's fun too, guys, because like we're basically gonna have like tea and coffee together, whatever your jam is. I really love tea. Jam like toast. Okay, no, we're not having toast. Oh my gosh, should we have toast? Okay, anyways, I'll bring the tea, you bring the toast. Okay, I like avo toast, just so you know. I like avo toast with a little bit of egg, a little drizzle bit of, hey, we got the boats out tonight. Or the trucks or something. Okay, so yeah, we'll have a little bit of that. Yeah. Anyways, we will have a little bit of that. I don't even know if you're going to bring me avo toast, but we will have tea together. And if you like coffee, I have all different styles of coffees that don't taste like coffee, but also black coffee. So it depends on what your jam is. We got to stop saying jam because it sounds like we're going to have toast. And we're probably not going to have any toast. But we are going to sit down, we're going to hang out, and we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk it through, and it's going to be awesome. You're going to love it. You're going to feel very like, okay, let's see. You're going to feel prepared after we leave about should you hire a wedding content creator? Does it fit into your budget? That's what I'm trying to get at here. Sometimes words are hard. How much time will we have you for on the day of our wedding filming content for us? As your wedding content creator, you know that I'm going to be making photos and videos or live streaming your event or taking over your entire social media. So the amount of time that I'm going to be there is going to depend on you. It's either going to be 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, or more. And then you'll get to choose that in the package, and whatever suits your needs, that's how long I'm going to be there for. So, girl, if you waking up and you want me to be there for your get ready with me while you have your breakfast, I will be there, okay? And if you want me there all the way until you have the send off at the end, I will be there. But if you're like, you know what, no, we just really need her for the wedding ceremony and the wedding reception, and that's it, but she can leave after the speeches, then that's where it is, guys. I will be there for that amount of time. So you're gonna grab a package based on that. I haven't done a wedding where I'm there for only like 2 or 3 hours, so we'd have to come up with something that both of us agree on, but I've got some ideas on how to put that package together as well that we both will be very happy with, okay? And it'll be worth both of our time that I'm there. You're going to be so excited. I'm going to be so excited. We all just have to like calm down and breathe. My mama always tells me that. She's been telling me that since I was a little girl. And I'm like, Mama, I can't help it. I'm so excited. And I get so excited about things. And then I had to like breathe and close my eyes. And it's just, weddings are so beautiful. I am so excited to be your wedding content creator. I'm so excited. Okay, we gotta keep going. We have so many more questions. Okay, no, we don't have so many. We just have a few. Wait, what? We only have, oh, yeah, we only have like a few left. How much time do we have with you if you are coming to our pre-wedding events, like a bridal shower, or you're coming to our engagement party or a marriage proposal, or to a dinner rehearsal and all the good stuff in between? Or I should say before the wedding, not in between. before the wedding day. Okay, so the amount of time, once again, is going to depend on you, but it's going to be calculated every hour. So you will be charged for the first hour, and then it's going to be a charge of every single hour, is how I book these. So depending on how long you need me for dress shopping day, for you're looking for a beautiful wedding gown, it'll be about an hour. And oh my gosh, I'm so excited to go with you wedding dress shopping because I want to see everyone's like reactions when you come out into that first gown, because sometimes, people are trying to capture those moments on their cell phones, like the family and stuff, but like I'm going to be there to get your reaction and their reaction. So like you're really going to get to go back and see like what they really thought about you in your first wedding gown try on, or that second when you try it on, that third, that fourth, the second store, the third store, all that good stuff. And you'll get to really see their reaction and like what they really thought, because they may say something that's different than what's reading on their face. You know what I'm getting at here. You know what I'm getting at here. Let's wait for the plane. Oh my god. Ah, let's go, airplane. There's a lot this morning. I wonder if you guys can still hear me if I keep talking over them. But I don't want to, just in case you can't hear me. Okay, I think we can keep going. How much direction do you need from the couple at the wedding ceremony and wedding reception, and even the pre-wedding events? As your wedding content creator, I do not need a lot of direction. We are going to sit down together, and there's going to be things that you really want me to capture or to stand in a certain spot, and we're going to talk about that as a team. But then as far as me just kind of like running with stuff, I'm your content creator, okay? Just know that I got it. I got it. I know what I'm doing. So yeah, you don't have to worry about it too much. But if you're one of those people that's like, it's got to be this way, I only like it this way, like, trust me, I get it, because I'm that person. Let me not smile about this, because this is serious stuff. This is serious stuff right here. On my wedding day, I definitely was, letting people know, like, please, like, don't stand right there. Like, literally, my wedding photographer stood on the altar with us. And I was like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? I was so upset. The officiant, a really, really amazing person in our life, he, Papa Monty, he had told the wedding photographer, do not stand in that spot. Please don't stand in this specific area. You should be professional enough to blend in into the walls. Like, get away from the altar. This is their time. And sadly, this person said, okay. But then once I came down that aisle, they were like in that aisle with me. They were on the altar with me and my husband once we were doing our vows. And it was like, are you kidding? Like, you can't be right there. No. And the tripod and all that stuff was like, it was a big, huge tripod, big, huge camera. It was her and her assistant. Why? No. Like, you can't do that. So what were we even talking about? Oh my gosh. I keep losing my train of thought today, guys. This is really funny. I gotta have more of my smoothie. I think that's what it is. I gotta have some more smoothie. Ooh, that's refreshing. Okay, that's better. You guys saw my little coconut. So, yeah. Basically, I do not need a lot of direction, but if you're that type of person that does give a lot of direction, I'm really good at taking direction, because I know what it is to feel like that in your shoes. Also, I come from a professional ballerina background, and also I'm a professional actor. For those of you that wondered how I got into the business, you can go back and watch how I became a wedding content creator, and I talk a little bit about that. But I'm used to taking direction from directors. And on that day, you as a bride and groom are also in that seat as a director. Like, I am your client. I'm your hired vendor. So it's whatever your vision is and what you want. If you don't want to give me any direction at all, just know I can run with that. And if you want to give me all the direction for the entire day, I can run with that too. So one thing I will add is when it comes to direction for live streaming, I will have an idea when I go to the space ahead of time because I will be scouting out your venue and all that good stuff and talking to the people that are in charge of that venue. I'll be talking to them and everything. But something that I will say is that, like, if they've got a good idea of where I should stand for like a live stream spot, if I'm doing the live stream of your ceremony or a live stream of your wedding reception, I can also live stream your makeup session. But especially for the ceremony and for the reception, if there's a specific spot that they think I should stand in, great. Plus, I need to make sure that the sun is in the right spot in order for me to get the shot, or that the artificial lights are in a good spot so that I can get the shot. So, and also there could be somewhere you would rather for me to stand for your live stream. So there's all of that. But especially when it comes to that one, I will probably be getting a little bit more direction from the venue on that part. Do your packages include the engagement photo shoot session? As your wedding content creator, I will more than likely not be at your engagement photo shoot session. You will probably only have you and the wedding photographer, like the professional wedding photographer. But if you are trying to capture content for your social media so that you can post it like right away of like what it was like and how you felt, and maybe even like a short little video, like you want to talk about the moments, yes, then I can be there with you. I would love to be there with you as your wedding content creator, even during your engagement photo shoot. I don't mention engagement photo shoot a lot in my pre-wedding events as your wedding content creator because most of the time it's just your professional photographer and you. But nowadays, people are trying to capture it all. So, honey, I will be there with you if that's what you would like. And I will capture those behind the scenes moments. And we could even do like tiny little short, like 30-second videos of how you're feeling on your engagement day in comparison. Also, we can do like a little transition video of like engagement photo to wedding photo. What? Like, oh my gosh, super cute, super cute. I can't give away all my secrets, guys. Stop asking me to give away all my transition secrets. I can't give them all to you. You got to hire me as your wedding content creator so I can create some content for you. These are for me and my brides and grooms that have been making some magic together at these weddings, okay? I got all kinds of wackadoodle ideas that are fun, transitions, and trendy, and highlight reels, and you name it, okay? So, let's just stop talking about it. Let's just stop talking about it, okay? Let's just stop talking about it. Sadly, that was our last question. I know. We've had so much time together today. It was so much fun to sit and like not like rush it, and we got to like hang out. I got to sip a little bit of my smoothie in front of y'all. Goodness gracious. But I hope you had a snack. I hope you had a tea or a coffee or some kind of smoothie or something with you while you were watching this, because I know it was a long one. It was very in depth, very detailed. Depth? Oh my gosh, in depth. Okay. Words, man, words. I do talk funny, y'all. I'm pretty sure you picked it up by now. It's okay. You can tell me. You can tell me. I know. I talk a little different. I've gotten it my whole life. Thankfully, since 2020, my voice isn't as high as it used to be. It's a little different. I wouldn't say lower. It's just not as high pitched. It's a little bit more scratchy, which I don't really like. But yeah, 2020, man, 2020. So that was the end of our questioning. But if you have any more questions that I didn't answer, there is going to be a part 2. So what's next? There is going to be a part 2. We always do a so what's next on here. And there will be a part 2 coming at some point. I'm not sure when, but guys, I don't sing. Why am I singing? Oh my god, what is wrong with me today? I need to just have more of my smoothie. But yeah, so there will be a part 2. If you have questions, put them down in the little comments below. If you don't want to put them in the comments below, guys, it's fine. Just put them in the comments below because it's going to be easier that way. Like, we don't get like repetitive questions that somebody else already asked. Like, you can go back and read other people's questions and be like, oh, I don't need to ask it now. So yeah, put it in the comments below so we can all see their questions. And I hope this gave you a little bit more clarity on what it's like to sit down with your wedding content creator, ask these questions. I know that one of the main questions is going to be cost. We are going to cover it in a different video. It's going to happen. Don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. We're going to talk about all the packages. So I hope you've been taking notes, and I'll see y'all later. See you in the next one. Bye.